Hey, what's up, everybody? It's Franco here, and I'm back with another Clash of Clans video today. And today is not a nice video for me to make. We actually finally lost our war win streak. We had a war win streak of 44 wins. If we show the war log, I think it kind of proves it a little bit. You can't scroll all the way back because it was completely filled. But it went all the way up to 44, and I think this only shows up to like the previous 40, but that's besides the point. We ended up losing our last war. And if you see, we did a bunch of 20v20s, sometimes a 20, 25v25. And I think that's the reason that a lot of people in the clan think we ended up losing. But I have to say otherwise. There is so many factors for why we ended up losing this war. And honestly, it still makes me upset. But the whole thing is, if you're on a super long war win streak, you can see where we failed here. We failed on this base here. People end up getting sloppy. So Brew Crew here ended up doing his attack, and he was one of the first people to attack. And usually he just like relies on the rest of the clan to clean up. But it's like if we're doing so good and we haven't lost for the past 4 months, eventually people are gonna start getting sloppy. So he attacks here. I'm not really sure if he planned out this attack or something, but with the new update, his hit rate has been kind of low, and he hasn't been popping hero potions because he's like, whatever, like normal war, everybody's gonna clean up. But if everybody has that logic, eventually the bridge is gonna collapse. Eventually, there's gonna be just enough people, like you saw in this war. Whoa, the hook got the king. That was pretty cool. Eventually, just enough people, like you've seen in this war, are gonna not give their full effort, and we're gonna end up losing by 1 star because you're gonna keep cutting it close because everybody's gonna just like attack half-assed, and that's just how it goes. And there's no cure to losing. Like you might think you have it figured out, like I thought we did, that we're not gonna lose ever again. But at the end of the day, eventually you're either just gonna forget what it takes to lose, and you're gonna repeat that same thing that you did before. And that's exactly what happened to us. I'm really happy with how long our war win streak got. 44, like, was almost so ridiculous that it didn't feel like a war win streak anymore. Um, and I can't really complain. That's super long. And like I said, like it just was so long that we didn't even like take it too seriously anymore, which is kind of weird. It's like, oh, 44, like we should have been like treating every war like it's our last. And yeah, we did that when it was like War 20, when we finally beat our new record, but then 20 wars later, like we all kind of just like stopped caring. Um, and honestly, I'm not too upset because now we're going to restart this war win streak. And when we get close to like 40, we are going to be locking in. Versus now, when we were close to 40, we were locking out. Like it didn't even matter. I don't know what he's doing with these clone spells. This is a really, I don't know what is going on in this attack. Why is there a rage spell there? That's like a mini rage spell, right? That's like one from a Valkyrie or something, or a super Valkyrie. That's so strange. Um, so yeah, that is the attack that ended up costing us the war. But honestly, that's not really too true. We ended up having a couple fails across the board, to say the least. Oh my God, this Wi-Fi is so bad right now. This is the third time I've had to record the video because I tried to scout bases and stuff. Um, like I kept trying to show how Seiko Mac, Franco 2, Franco 3 was such a out mismatch, and whenever I hit scout, it just stops the game and freezes it in that loading screen. So I'm not going to hit scout, but you can take my word for it. Seiko Nader is a Town Hall 15. If we go back to we can actually probably show it on this screen instead. So if we scroll all the way down, Seiko Nader is a Town Hall 15 here. And this was above Franco 2, Franco 3, and Seiko Mac. So a Town Hall 15, how good can it really be? At the end of the day. Oh, we need to go back to the old war here. So it's not that good, right? Then the clan that we're matched up against is in Champion League One, so they're extremely nasty, and they're bottom person. Like even if I show the very, you just saw the second to last guy, clearly not a Town Hall 15, close or a pretty well leveled Town Hall 17. And if we show this guy, even the very bottom guy is a not even rushed. I mean, obviously we have some expos here, but basically not rushed Town Hall 17. So it max out most of the stuff for Town Hall 16. We had a 4 player disadvantage. Like I put those lower accounts in just so we have a couple handicaps like Franco 2 and Franco 3. If I show the attack log what we did, Franco 2 went 6 star war, Franco 3 went 3 star war, or one 3 star, and my main account got one 3 star as well, which I mean, I could have locked in more, so I really can't blame anyone for this because I could have saved my last attack. But it's like those accounts are just there for like insurance. But this war, they had to be there to lock, like they actually had to be a real account because they had to clean up their weight at the bottom, which didn't exist. We didn't get any Town Hall 15s, 13s, whatever, that are just like easy money for someone to take out. Instead, we had fails on these bases, which is kind of disappointing. So there's the two factor. I mean, three factors. The playing within Champions one, it was a pretty big mismatch. And also, we just started getting sloppy, and like that's just how it goes. I don't really know why I'm showing this replay from Alex. We'll speed through this one. And it really was kind of tragic. So I did my attacks right away. I think I hit like the number one or something, and then I failed on like the number five. And I look back at it, and I'm like, dude, I wish and just attack someone lower or something. Always hindsight in Clan War. You're like, oh man, like I wish I could go back and like not waste my attack. Because it ended up coming down to the last seconds of the war, last whatever hours of the war, and I went on Franco 2, Franco 3, and just locked in. Franco 3 had a really bad fail. I missed the sweeper, bad RC walk, so I just kind of abandoned the attack on my second attack. Um, but that was a three-star there. But if we look at the war event or my team, not many people did great. So we have lunatics attacking late, so cleaning up two bases there, but obviously it went perfect. This guy went perfect. Ted missed both. We had another person who just started playing again miss both, like really bad. And then this guy, Monsta at the end, I don't want to talk about that yet. But I ended up clutching up like a decent amount of bases there. But honestly, it's kind of sloppy. And these two accounts, there's no chance they could three-star there. But if we go to the war events here, we were up on stars, and then we ended up getting a one star here. So this was our very last attack. Monsta on the number 24 here, or not on the number 24 over there. And because it's his last attack, he only got one attack on it. And I was like, dude, this Erickson guy is like really good at attacking. And I was like, man, you should have let Monster go first and fail, and then you get your two attacks. Or I should have even just like this Mr. T guy, he gemmed his heroes here, just so he could do his attacks. I was like, man, or even he should have just saved his attack, or I should have saved my attack on Franco too. I didn't realize how much eggs we were putting in one basket by having this monster guy attack last for one base. But now that I think about it, we definitely shouldn't have had that happen. And like in hindsight, it doesn't even matter that he failed. We should have been able to clutch up, and he should have used his attack elsewhere. And that makes me so upset because if we watch his attack, it was the last attack of the war. He had to clutch up, and he usually does. Like this guy always attacks last, always kind of clutches up. He's never missed a war attack, and he goes in, and it's the perfect storm. He just like doesn't try. He like I was like, dude, you realize that this is the last attack of the war, and we're gonna lose our war streak because you I was like, if there was any time to lock in, it's this time, not to lock out. Like, come on, man. So I was like kind of upset about that. I was like, I'll show the replay here next. And you can be the judge yourself if he was actually trying or not, because I was like, there is no argument that he was trying from the minute he hit attack. So we watched the replay there. This obviously was a three-star. Um, it's obviously it was a one-star, so it was pretty sloppy. But it's an invis base. You know what that means? That means it's going to send this entire compartment invisible, right? So he goes in with an RC walk, and he acts like surprised when the compartment goes invisible. So RC becomes visible, it hits the invisibility spell, and he drops one, and then the RC like dies or something, or loses a lot of health. And I'm like, dude, you realize that's what was, and then he drops another one instead of letting the spirit pop. He like started panicking here. I was like, yo, you realize like when there's an invis spell, the compartment's gonna go invisible. Like it was like he didn't plan for that. I'm like, you could have attacked from a different side, literally anything. I was like, why would you like act like this wasn't part of the plan? Like I was like, that's like if you ever do RC walks, like that's the one thing you have to like kind of watch out for is an invis compartment and the town hall. Other than that, you don't really have to care where you drop it. I always just drop my RC in the upper right corner. Like I don't really even care. So I was like, what kind of like logic was this? And then he goes in and his dragons are super split. It's getting picked off by this hook defense one at a time, basically. And I was like watching this, like, oh, he's gonna clutch up, and I was like, wait, what's he doing? And it's about to hit invis again. So I was like, what's? Oh my god! At this point, I was losing my shit. I was like, no way. And when he was attacking here, we were up 74 to 71, and we were like, there's always a chance we can just defend for the rest of the war. And obviously not against a great clan like this, so that is pretty upsetting. And what are you gonna do? I mean, everybody's gonna lose eventually, and I'm still kind of coping with the loss, and I can bet you can probably tell that I'm still a little bit emotional about this. But that's basically how to lose a 44 war win streak. Simple as this. I think putting in too many people. Oh, there's another huge factor that I didn't even talk about. There was some guy who joined Jonas IP. He joined and he was like, "Hey man, I want to contribute," and he like didn't drop all of his dragons. That too. That was bugging the shit out of me. I was like, "Why are you not dropping your dragons?" Like he must have been attacking this uh base on like a bus or something, going through a tunnel, phone at 1%. Like I don't understand. Like wait like an hour or something. There's still like an hour plus left in war at this point. Um, and this guy joined. He's like, "Yo, I want to be a hitter and join for Clan War Leagues." He did one war, got like maybe 2 star, maybe 3 star, and then proceeded to miss the past two wars. And I was like, "All right, I'm just gonna throw him in this third war because this Clash King guy wanted in. We had 24 people opted in, so I was like, I'll throw this guy in, and that hits 25. I'm not gonna take him out or anything." And he proceeds to miss a third war. And I'm just like, dude, why join and say you're going to do all this stuff and then not attack? And we can show one more previous war, and then this guy raised Hassan, same thing. He just like farmed last war, and I was like, we tagged them so many times, you don't even understand, and they just didn't log on to attack. And I was like, come on, like that base wasn't even that hard. And I was like, oh, so we had two people who went inactive, a bunch of people who just like didn't, I don't know, like or were attacking really bad. And obviously a huge part of this is because of the Grand Warden nerf. Before we were just 3 starring like no problem. And now people like Brew Crew were struggling a little bit. I mean, even I struggled a little bit. I got a 98%. I was so upset because I missed an invis spell at the end. Um, this monster guy, Clash King, Ted, they're all kind of struggling with hit rates just because of the new Grand Warden nerf. But hey, at the end of the day, I can only really blame myself. I was going to show some replays, but these are pretty bad today. But I've been going pretty close to perfect in Legends League these last 3 days because this is really when you have to clutch up in Legends League. All the other days of the month, in my opinion, don't really matter. And I even set a trophy high this couple like 5 days ago, and then I just proceeded to drop because I didn't want to do all my attacks. I was kind of like busy with life and stuff, and I didn't really care. But I've been attacking pretty well. So like even those misses up there aren't bad misses. And I basically use the exact same strategy I was using before the Grand Warden nerf. Um, where I would have the blimp fly in with some Yetis. I was like, yo, I'm not gonna lie, when I attack without Clan Castle troops and I'm using the Stone Slammer, I actually think I'm better than with Clan Castle troops with the blimp and the Yeti that doesn't make it all the way into the base. So I was like, dude, I'm just gonna throw something in the Stone Slammer because I think it's just a pretty good siege machine to have with dragons. So I just use RC Walk and the Dragon Spam. And obviously, I swapped out the rage spell because there's no Yetis to rage up in the middle. So I put in an extra two in Viz just so I can carry the RC walk a little bit longer. And honestly, it's been working like a charm. Like that fail you saw in War, I know I didn't show it, but it was a 98% time fail. So, like, I don't know. It just happens, and I was sloppy with my cleanup and stuff. But that could have easily been a 3 star, and who knows? Maybe that would have been the difference in the war. So, whatever. That's besides the point. And then all I did was I just put some. I tried testing out putting in an ice hound in the stone slammer, to like freeze everything as it's flying across when it dies with the dragons. I was like, that would be sick. But it didn't really work that well. And then I was like, oh, maybe I'll put an ice golem so when the stone slammer goes down, it dies right in place because the ice hound would just fly across space and fly away and then freeze. And the problem with that is sometimes the ice golem doesn't even die. He just gets caught in a little wall compartment like up here and just stays there forever because maybe all the defenses are targeting the dragons or something. There's not too many ground targeting defenses. So then I was like, what would be the best? So I ended up just sticking with super minions. So I put a balloon and 4 super minions, and that works pretty well. And also a big thing is I was just so like kind of burnt out of the Eternal Tome. I've been using it for like my whole career. I mean, that's probably why they made the change because of how like monotonous and common it's used. So I ended up putting on Rage Gem because I was like, Rage Gem, I think is going to be a little bit more valuable because we just want to have the dragons carry through for the most amount of time in the base. And I put the healing tome on just because why not? I don't really know what else to put on the warden. He doesn't really. Maybe I'll mess around with like lava loon puppet. That could be fun too. Because I don't really think the healing tome really does too much without the eternal tome the old way it used to be. And I don't really think the eternal tome is that good anymore. It's basically the healing tome because if they fly out, it doesn't keep them invincible. You can't have that OP invincibility all through beginning for every single dragon in there. So you kind of gotta like delay it or something. I don't know. I've been kind of getting away from it, and it's been working out pretty well. I swapped both spells in this attack, or all three clan castle spells there. But I'll make another video updating how I do at the end of this Legend League season because I have a good feeling that I'm going to pass my. Oh, whoa, I'm actually exactly at. Oh no, I'm not. I lied. I looked at it wrong. My best ever was 5796, and I'm close to that right now. We still have 2 days left, and I have a bunch of attacks. Um, but yeah, oh, there's a gem box there. Let's clear up this gem box. But yeah, that's it for the video. If you want to help us out with this war win streak, get it started again, feel free to join the clan or join the feeder clan because our feeder clan is actually doing pretty good. So we'll go to my where are they? 3.0. I think we're on a pretty hot war win streak. What, war win streak 9? And this clan, I don't really have any requirements. Town Hall 15, you can rush. I don't really care. And the only thing I do is I kick out people who are inactive, and that's about it. So if you just want a clan that's fun, feel free to join that one. But yeah, that's it for the video. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I will see you in the next one. Peace.